So as you have already checked in the PowerPoint, in the PDF material, there are many limitations of PPP. The first limitation is there's no small fluctuation. In actual foreign exchange market, you see a lot of fluctuations, minute by minute changes of the foreign exchange rate. But in the PPP, you cannot see that change minute by minute, okay? And as you read already, it's difficult to consider the meaning of non-tradable goods like land price, labor price, or wage level or housing price. These are not counted, not imputed in the PPP. Next question is very practical. Which prices should be chosen to compare the price level in different countries? Big Mac is merely an example. It's a very wise example chosen by the Economist, the journal. But there can be another example. That can be a gold price or silver price or whatever. And there is a very interesting example in India. When people want to compare the Big Mac price in India to the other countries, there was the problem. What was the problem? Because in India, you could not find the Big Mac in India because of the Hindi religious practice. They do not eat beef, so you cannot find Big Mac in India Mac. Instead, you can only find the Maharaja Mac in India, and the Maharaja Mac is made of chicken. So there's no exact counterpart in a certain country. So this is an example in India, okay? And this is, the next one is about the single country case. What can PPP mean if there are different prices in two locations of a country? It could happen that even in Japan, the price would be different. And if the same commodity has different prices in a single country, even though they're using a single currency, then the PPP would have a different meaning. And what about the country's case like EU? Most of the EU countries are utilizing the euro, but the price level or price is different in those countries. So these are the limitations of using the PPP. But still, there is a significance of PPP. Okay, so PPP is the only one indicator which can show the price standard of a currency in the theory of foreign exchange rate. So if you want to forecast the future, you really need to rely on the PPP. There is a trade dispute between US and China, as you see the next dot. By observing the long-range price movement, the government referred to PPP for the trade negotiations. So US is condemning that the Chinese governments are intentionally depreciating the Chinese yuan to accelerate the export from China to the United States. When people say that kind of accusation, they really calculate the PPP between two countries. So there is a political implications or policy implications for using the PPP. And PPP is flexible in the sense that you can include many different types of prices. So it's up to your expertise or knowledge of comparing two economies. Okay. So here is the exercise. Big Mac in the US and in Japan. In Japan, the Big Mac price is 390 yen. And in the US, $5.28 as of 2020. So if you divide 390 by 5.28, you see 73.8636 yen per dollar. But actual exchange rate is 107.13 yen per dollar. So what does this mean? Japanese yen is now depreciated when it's compared to PPP. Okay, the US dollar is appreciated when it's compared to PPP. So we can expect or we can forecast that yen will be appreciated in the future given PPP is true. If PPP is reliable theoretical indicator, we will see that the Japanese yen will be highly appreciated.